Ready?
All three streets with myself, Ryan Brower, and my co-host Darren Kramer. It's been a few weeks, lots to catch up on. Some series we've been through in PE, the Sunbet Poker Twist stop at the wonderful, I can't even pronounce it.
Boardwalk?
No, I mean, can you pronounce the real name of PE?
No. Quebec.
There we go, we're close. That, I think they actually were the cycling team in the Tour de France, but don't worry about that. Either way, we're back. We just got back from the SA Poker Open at Monte Casino. No surprises, another result for my co-host over here. Fun fact, Darren Kramer has played in 3 SA Poker Open events. 2008 he won it. I had the privilege of commentating with Jared Solomon back then in our youth. It then stopped for 15 years last year. You ended up taking down the bulk of the main prize. Didn't get the trophy because you flipped pretty badly. And this year, another deal. Not knocked out before a deal in the SA Poker Open. That's a pretty serious achievement over the last 16 years.
I just wish I'd have it 4 times a year.
Then you wouldn't have to be here working, I think. Another great result for Darren. I unfortunately soft bubbled just out the money, but it was a great event. Good showing again for South African poker. They managed to get just under 5 million rand in the prize pool. Another result for Ahmed Kareem, who we're going to hear from.
So how are you going, man? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty awesome, man. Obviously, that was a pretty wild hand. I raised to 300, blinds are 120. I have like 13 million. I'm playing heads up with Roy. He had 6 million. I make it 300, he makes it 850. I call. Flop comes queen, queen 2. He checks, I check back. Turn comes the 6 of hearts, so there's a flush draw. He checks again. I bet 650, half the pot. I have ace 2. He calls. River comes the queen. He checks. So now I have a full house, which is pretty strong heads up, even though it's a deuce. I bet half pot, like 1.6. Man has a lot of heart. He goes all in. He check raises all in, which is an incredible play. Definitely not something I would probably even do. I managed to find the call, and he was bluffing, which, I mean, even though it didn't work, it's a great play by him. But yeah, I happen to have a full house. So obviously I called. Don't know when last I won. I come a lot second and third and fourth. So I don't know. It's nice to win. It's been a while since I actually come first. So it feels good.
And he is just steam training. He came back from Vietnam. A great series there for him. Yeah. He got 2 results, 2 final tables. And carried on with a very dominant performance in the high roller. He didn't make a deal, took down the full 1 million first prize, and just steamrolled the field.
Yeah, it was a very impressive performance. I was watching it. We obviously had another one of Pokerbet's pros, Jared Solomon, with another solid result. I think it was 5th or 6th, probably 5th. Ahmed was just dominated that. Very impressive performance. A very sick final hand where he called off Roy Bitton, who went on a move with 10 high, and he had the bottom full house, but it was just a very impressive performance. So all around, carrying that South African flag high when he goes overseas and dominating when he's here. I won't lie, when he got knocked out of that main event, I love him a lot, but we knew that the path would be a little bit easier to navigate.
100%. Ahmed didn't manage to get going, got 2 sick beats in his 2 bullets in the main event. But that obviously opened up the field for some other up-and-coming hotshots, and obviously a great result again for Marco Norkier, proving that he's got the talent. I mean, we see that man amass huge chip stacks and then blow them up, 80% of them, and then he got a very fortunate hand against Max Stevenson. He 4-bet shoved ace 4 into Max's kings, managed to find an ace. Very unlucky for Max, who's also been on a great run recently. He's off to Macau for
I think he went straight after that. I saw he was at that Red Bull watching David Coulthard race around Johannesburg, and then straight off the plane to Macau, which there are rumours that Ahmed might join him, but there's a big series there. Saw even Jungle Man and a few of the guys there, so it looks like he's just riding the wave and going to sort of navigate around the world trying to find, some more results.
Yeah, it's nice to see South Africans spreading their wings and trying some new places, not just waiting for Vegas or the sort of more stereotypical stops along the way, but finding some Cambodia, some Vietnam, a little bit of Macau, Cyprus is out there. Guys spreading their wings and trying to plant the flag of South Africa on the poker map around the world. And so we wish them all luck. And, we might be looking at creating some packages and some more tours next year for Team Pokerbet to not only go to Vegas, but to maybe tackle one of the EPT or WPT stops along the way.
Absolutely. My heart always goes to the Barcelona, but, the man on my right can convince me pretty much in most things. So, we're excited. I do think it's something that I do want to add. Something else with a different experience, like the American thing is unbelievable, but there's a lot of other tours, as you said. So, as you say, watch the space, EPT, WPT, play on the side, support us, and we're hoping to just get some more titles for South Africans, share the knowledge and share the wins.
100%. I mean, we've been pretty adamant from the get-go that one of Pokerbet's big missions is to really create Africa's next champion and to really box and hold our own on the international stage. We've seen guys do it in the past, and we'd like to see a bigger pool and a bigger contingent out there. So we'll keep doing what we're doing as long as you keep supporting us and keep your eye out for some exciting announcements for 2025. We have already given away one package to Vegas. And on that note, I think it's probably good to announce that there's another package up for grabs. At the end of October, the SAOPS Halloween edition is back. We had a very successful series at the end of August, the spring edition, which we saw a package being won. Muaz Ghani taking down the player of the series in an unbelievable comeback from behind. I mean, our calculations had it that one of our other players had already won it. Muaz coming from nowhere and winning the main event, as well as actually taking down second place in the mini on the same night, which is a really impressive achievement from Muaz.
Muaz has been very impressive online. He's had this, when Muaz's mind is focused on something, it's just very impressive to watch. And he's been up there in the last 2 or 3 of the series, in the tournaments deep, really sort of, well-deserved winner, I must say. There are very few that just stood out that he definitely deserves to win it. I'm on a 6-month campaign of getting him on the flight. I might even do a sort of, back the buddy sort of thing. But no, jokes aside, he's just, very happy he won, proud that he's associated with the brand, and we'll be getting you there, boys. I know you'll watch us.
100%. We'll make sure you don't get stuck in a tornado in the Caribbean at this time and miss pretty much 2 weeks of Vegas.
Exactly.
The SOPS Halloween edition, 6 events, giving away over 3 million rand in tournament guarantees again. We're going to have 2 mini events, same structure as last time, couple small little tweaks along the way, but we're confident that we'll see some great numbers again and continue seeing the strength in the tournament numbers on our site growing, which is something we're very excited about. And we look to just double up on the winners of the packages and start growing our team to head off to Vegas for the World Series 2025.
There's been a lot of, as I say, there's been a lot more tournament editions. We've added in some lunchtime tournaments. We're just trying to grow it. So again, guys, put in the comment box if there's any tournaments that you ever want to see or something that interests you. We're here to listen. Obviously on the WhatsApp group, we've responded and given a few of the tournaments. But just trying to grow, the tournament sort of schedule. So we just help the guys get trained, play a lot of tournaments, get some volume for Vegas. So excited for the next series, I must say. Over 3 million rand guaranteed, and we've got a few outsiders in my mind we already got my eye on.
100%. And also upcoming at the moment on the live side of things, we're looking at Grand West, the final stop of the year for the Sunbet Poker Tour. It's always a pretty good one, quite a big showing for the Cape Townians, and a lot of guys like to come out here for a little bit of a holiday. We're going to see, I think, 10 million rand guaranteed across the entire series. Probably promises to be another 5 million rand main event prize pool. I know that we'll have a lot of our sort of feet on the ground there, and we'll have a team out there. On that note, we'll be representing in the Club Champs again. We've won it twice, and we got pipped in the last one, unfortunately, in the shootout event. It's going to be a team of 9, and there'll be various mechanisms that we'll be choosing players to join Team Pokerbet this year. It doesn't mean if you've been in the team in the past that you're an automatic selection. We like to spread the love a little bit. And on that note, leave a little comment in the comments below on this video and let us know why you might be the deserving winner of a spot on our team. We'd like to spread the love and just see what kind of ideas people can come up with. Be creative. Give us some sob stories. Give us a joyful story. Spin us a story and convince us that you need to be part of the team. We're going to probably run a couple of tournaments online, maybe a free roll for a spot on the team as well. And so just keep an eye out. We'll be in touch. We'll be rewarding a lot of the regular tournament players on the site as well. Obviously beneficial if you are in the Western Cape region. But yeah, we're looking forward to potentially taking down the title, reclaiming what was rightfully ours.
Exactly, yeah. That grand one I think will be huge. I know you said 5 million. I reckon we'll beat that. But yeah, excited for the team. It's always, as you said, in our hometown. It's great to sort of, put on a good showing. Looking forward to a lot of different tournaments. There's a Hinder Mob event, which is great. Just a lot of variety with different bikes for a lot of people, and it's excited. But yeah, I'm pretty determined to win back that title of the club team.
Definitely.
No Rudolph team, so maybe make it a little easier for us. But we're still going to, give it our all, and we're really excited to see who fills those 9 spots.
100%. That's taking place. The Grand West Series will be 20th of November until the 2nd of December, so we hope to see you there. We'll definitely be around, and hopefully a lot of Pokerbet branding on final tables along the way through. I think time to touch on a couple of other talents that we've actually brought into the stable, not on the poker front. 2 exciting young fighters in South African boxing and MMA. We've got Bevan Sabanda, a boxing champ who is fighting his first fight under the Pokerbet flag at Cabo, the old Shimmy Beach Club, next Saturday on the 19th of October. He's the second fight on the main card. We've heard a lot of promise from this youngster. Very humble, very hardworking, and we're excited to watch his journey. Number one, we've already seen our other fighter, Kululekani Kekani, an MMA hotshot. He lasted only 17 seconds in his first fight, only because he knocked the guy out very, very quickly. But also exciting. We're great to have them on board, excited to watch their journey and hopefully support them along the way.
I met both of them actually at Monte. It was great. Such great personalities. Just gave me much joy to be involved with these youngsters as we help them on their journey, and we can kind of grow together. So very excited. I think we could be seeing, a few titles lifted between the two of them. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's nice to be able to give back to South African sports stars. We know that there are some sports, obviously the rugby, the cricketers, they get a lot of money and they get a lot of backing. But there's some of the less favoured sports where these guys are really out on their own and trying to grind to make ends meet. So it's great that we're able to help them with their journey, cover some of their costs, their training costs, nutrition, etc. And hopefully we can ride the wave into the UFC with one or two of these guys.
Absolutely. No, we're excited.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Talking of sporting talent, a very sad week in the world of tennis. I mean, we're talking about EPT Barcelona, a very smiley legend from Madrid, Rafael Nadal, hung up his racket. Some might say it was a little bit delayed, but no one can take away the fact that these guys deserve to be allowed to play as long as they want. They gave us 20 years between Roger, Rafa, and now obviously Joko. Just privileged to grow up through this era. I know that you being a big Federer fan always sort of were against Rafa, but even those who were big Federer fans, one can't doubt the class and the integrity that Rafa showed throughout his career.
I honestly think, well, Rafa will be in the show at 65 years old, but you're sitting in 20 years' time and you look back at this era, it's a proper special era. The three gods of the game, 3 guys who hold themselves and just, they just carry themselves so well. They're just absolute legends of the game across all sporting spectrums. You see these guys and you can just connect with them, identify them. Yeah, Rafa, an absolute legend of the game, deserves the biggest sending off. I know Spain means a big part of his life, so he's ending off in the Davis Cup, which is a big thing. And, we saw the tribute from Jocko and from Roger on Twitter last night. The 3 of them are just, and tennis can be proud that these 3 guys chose that sport where they would go. So just to Rafa, obviously enjoy the retirement. I know these guys always stay in tennis for forever. Yeah, he owns, he owns Roland Garros. I reckon that court will be renamed after him. Just a legend of the game.
Proper legend, yeah. Other sports on the calendar at the moment, we obviously, summing up, the Box had a great rugby championship. Sad we didn't get 6 out of 6, that Marnie kick that he missed in the 5th test against Argentina. But he came back and performed probably the most electric half or 60 minutes at fly half we've ever seen from a 10 in South African rugby.
Yeah, I mean, they were literally saying that first half is up there with one of the great first halves of Springbok rugby. This Rassie is just a genius. He makes every player, you can have a high or low, he just lifts you up. I mean, a match that I think they'll say he's now used 49 different players across the year. He's just a mastermind. He's just got, Marnie to just put in the most spectacular performance. He's building us a proper powerhouse of a unit, of a squad. It's exciting. We're the leaders in rugby. You can say what we want. I know the Irish are number one, per se, according to the log, but I just feel we're the true number one.
We know we are.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I looked back, one of my favorite Facebook memories from probably 13 years ago. I think it was 2011. New Zealand were incredibly dominant between that period, 2011, 2015. And I made a post that said basically that the only other team that could win the Rugby World Cup was New Zealand's B team. I kind of feel like this about the Box at the moment, that if you ask me on a betting man, the second favourites in that World Cup should be our B side, because the depth that Rusty's built, exactly like you say, 49 players in this year, unheard of. He's going to be experimenting with a lot of combinations, giving guys some experience so that if there are injuries, like we saw with Polly in the build-up to the 2023 World Cup, that he has some depth, that he doesn't end up going in with one fluff. Now we got 3. We're actually going to struggle as to who to put in the side, because we know we've got the BMT from Polly coming off the bench. He can slot them from anywhere. He's got incredible defense. He's got all the experience. He's won 2 Rugby World Cups, but he's now almost feels like 3rd in the pecking order when you've got Sasha and Marnie that have just insane ball skills. We've got these guys that are just doing stuff that even Carlos Spencer would be probably proud of.
It's crazy, the depth. As you said, 100% agreement with you. Like, just every position. I mean, probably got about 7 locks. I mean, it's crazy. Archie Neyman, John Clay, and all
We're
the
missing
guys.
4 locks in this rugby championship, and we still managed to win 5 out of 6 games. I mean, I think we can't go, speaking of locks, without touching on Eben Etzebeth. I mean, 2012 made a debut. In 12 years, he's played 128 test matches now. An absolute Aister, and for me, a true blue bull who grew up in the era of the Bulls' dominance, Super Rugby, Victor Bucky's, the greatest lock pairing in rugby history, in my opinion. You now have somebody who can actually legit claim that he's probably up there with, if not but definitely top 3 Box since readmission.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also just and you said he's managed to avoid injury, and his just durability is just insane. He's a workhorse. He lifts a team. Obviously, it's special. Him and Sia, this whole combination, that team just gets it. They hold each other to like high standard. And this guy week in, week out performed. You ask him to go play EuroC the next week, you put in another good performance. But there's a few of these guys that definitely are within the Bok legends. I mean, I also don't want to take away from, I mean, let's see where it ends off. But Pierre-Steph du Toit, does he become the GOAT? I'll tell you what, he's in the debate.
He definitely is. He's put his hand up. I mean, we know not enough can be said about his Rugby World Cup performance in the final against New Zealand, but this whole year, his consistency, stepping up, playing lock when he had to, he's just an absolute beast and so humble. Doesn't come with any of the pretense that a lot of these guys do, not necessarily the Box per se, but he just gets on with the job and is an absolute weapon. And I think we're going to see some exciting combinations and experiments going into the end of season tour. Absolutely. Excited to hopefully thrash the old enemy England at Twickenham. We owe them a little bit there as well. We've had some unfortunate sort of results there in some end of year tours, but I really do think that the side is on the course to really put in a great end-of-year performance. I think we've only lost 2 tests this year, against Ireland to a last-minute drop goal, against Argentina for a missed penalty at the end, 2 1-point or 2-point defeats. Other than that, the side's been pretty polished. We just know how to win, and hopefully just continue with that into the end-of-season tour.
Yeah, I'm excited. The future looks bright. Very bright.
The future does look brighter. Speaking of one team with an incredible leader, I think we need to just touch on the fact, do you think that United will still have Ten Hag in charge by the time we record our next podcast?
Jeez, that's a very good line. All depends how long we go missing. But I tell you, I don't think in 2025 we have the same coach.
Yeah, it's a dire time for United fans. I mean, it's actually gotten to a point where I start making plans with my kids during the game so they don't have to watch. But it's going to be interesting to see now with the international break, and as you head into the Christmas period, often some changes get done in the personnel room there. We might see a new manager. They backed him this season, but I just think that no one knows what's going on. And sad to say, after almost 3 years of this, I still don't see an identity or a style of play. Which
I think that's what people, the squad's much better. The team looks like there's something you can work with there. But I think it's just one of these things that just the best for everyone is separation. I think they actually do it well. They're probably trying to identify, make sure that they don't fire him without having a succession plan.
Yeah.
I think that's the tough part. With Peters and people, no one's quite sure who the next coach is, and that's where the tough thing. If you replace someone, make sure you got someone better. So I think that's what they're working on, Perseno. That's
100%. I think that's from our side. We've touched on the world of poker, what's coming up and what's been behind us. As usual, if there's any other suggestions, any other ideas, anything else you'd like to see us touch on in these podcasts, please just leave some comments below, smash the like button, share it with your friends. Let's get the word out there. Let's get more people on our platform, continually trying to grow the game. We're coming up to Pokerbet's 2nd birthday in December. I can't believe it's been 2 years. We're still friends, believe it or not, even though we've had to work through some frustrating times with software and the various other pitfalls that a new startup business comes. But it's been a great journey, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of prizes and giveaways coming up in December, so stay tuned. Looking forward to the Christmas period and just the general jam-packed summer calendar, poker, sport, holidays. Cape Town's obviously bustling at that time of year. So, we're looking to kick it off. Hopefully we make some money at the Grand West Series. That'll give us an extended holiday. As always, thanks for watching. And for my co-host, Darren, it's great chatting sport and poker, as always. I often think how fortunate we are that we just get to basically do what we've been doing for the last 20 years. Now we actually film it and have people listen and watch and give us their thoughts. So thanks again. Always, we appreciate the feedback and comments. And we look forward to chatting again soon after the Grand West Series, and hopefully after the Box have gotten a few more results, finishing off the year strong.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Are you ready?
No, we're not swag, be around.